guys are doing great. That's so weird doing it in front of you. we're normally never.
Go do it again. I'm gonna make sure you don't mess up.
Good morning, how are you guys? Good morning. No, it's not good morning. It's definitely not morning.
It's almost so late that it's morning.
Burning midnight oil. Burning the midnight oil, but I reached out to my Instagram because we thought about it. We've been kind of, I don't know. You wanted to change it up.
A little bit. Well, a lot of it, guys. Like, there's so many new people that just rolled in the channel. So welcome if you're here. Thank you for being here.
Cool.
But a lot of people don't know us or who we are, and
what we do.
Maybe they're not going to want to know us and who we are. I don't know. Let's just. There's lots of questions. All right, sorry, we will not be able to answer all your questions.
But we'll get through as many as we can.
The fact that you actually have questions for us and care is actually fascinating to me.
That's really cool.
And wow.
Questions. I reached over on my Instagram and was like, hey, we want to film a Q&A for you guys. What are some of your questions? So these are whatever. There's no like specific. It's whatever. And these kind of show whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I do one?
Yeah.
What are the best places to visit in Alaska? Ooh. Love from the UK.
Oh, best places. Man, there are so many great places to go here.
I think it depends if you're more the outdoorsy type, like you want to go out, or if you just want to go scenic and just go look at some things.
More of a city type life.
I would say like a one-stop shop, if like you only had so much time, is probably go to Seward.
Go to Seward.
Seward, because you could still do some hiking up to a glacier. You could go out on some cruises. You could see some whales. You could see some wildlife. The Sea Life Center is there.
Very, very small town.
Yeah.
Very, very small town. Like, it's like this. That's about it, right? And then there's like outskirts of the houses. But it's beautiful.
Yep.
It's absolutely stunning. So
Denali, you kind of have to catch Denali.
Denali's
you really
fun.
do.
We've talked about this before, is that there's so many different, like it doesn't feel like you're in the same state. You can go to multiple locations and it feels like, oh, I'm on the East Coast now. Oh, I'm kind of in a city life now.
Guys, like we work in a lot of villages, a lot of remote villages here, and I'm going to bring you to some soon, so stay tuned. But when you go to like native villages, it is almost like you're going back in time 150 years. It's like time just stands still. Very quiet. I mean, they do have electricity, but it's just that's a very unique experience.
Don't know if that's where you want to visit, but those are options here. How is your sister doing? When is the baby due? My sister's doing fantastic. I'm actually very nervous that my mom is here right now because she could potentially go into labor. And if that happens, mom is on the next plane along with me.
And I will be running the Alaskan Apparel launch.
That's pretty much what would happen. But so far she's so good. I think she's just getting ready to hit 37 weeks. Baby is due end of October. So like October 21st is when she's due. Oh, wow. She looks so cute. And oh my gosh. Oh, so there was some concerns that the baby was still breached and wasn't into position. And at her last appointment, the baby had flipped. Good to go. Yeah. So she's looking like she's ready to give birth. I'm so excited. But no, doing fantastic. Still don't know what she's having, but
pretty sure it's a baby.
Pretty sure it's probably gonna be a baby. Yeah. Will you build another home?
Oh.
Will you stop doing YouTube anytime soon? Dual question.
Ooh, 2 questions.
Yeah. A home anytime soon. Wait. Build another home. Will we build another home?
For us to live in, well, so this is, right now I'm very excited about building some affordable housing. The next struggle is going to be trying to find property.
Yeah.
So we will definitely be building those type of homes, Lord willing. I don't know.
We can manage that.
As far as one for us to live in, I kind of like this one. This one had a lot that went into it.
Yeah, we kind of like it. We really like the area. We like our land that we have.
Never say never,
Never say never, though, because that can change.
Yeah.
We've been on that side where it's like, oh, okay, this is going to change. Oh, you wanted to do that? Here you go. Just kidding. First, will you stop YouTube anytime soon? For right now, I don't think we'll stop YouTube for a little while. We really love it.
It is awesome, but to be fair, I'm kind of surprised that it's still there.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising that we're still kind of around on the old YouTubes.
I mean, we're not, I don't know, there's like so many things that have changed with YouTube and like just rule changes and things you can and can't say and everything. Like, I'm kind of surprised we're still here. But
Yeah.
for right now,
We're loving
happy
it.
to be here.
Yeah, we love it.
Any winter vacation plans?
Yes, we're hoping so. We would love to leave sometime January, February.
Yes.
Right? We
Yep.
don't know where we're going. We're hoping someplace warm. That is our goal that we're giving ourselves.
Maybe Disney?
It'd be so cool.
Who knows where the world's going to be, guys?
know.
It's like month to month, right? Boom.
Yeah, go to Florida, go to Walt Disney World.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Will you do Vlogmas? And will you do random acts of kindness? It is almost a tradition by now. That almost sounds like not a question, but just gonna make sure
Just
you're
make
gonna
sure.
do this.
Dude, she's been with us forever. How do I say back talk gig? I've seen her. She's ordered Alaskan Apparel before. She's an OG Happy Peoples. Thanks for leaving a question, girl. Yes, we're going to be doing Vlogmas. Will it look like every other Vlogmas? We do not know. It might change up a little bit. Will we have random acts of kindness? You bet your sweet Bippy.
Yep.
We will definitely have random acts of Christmas kindness because it brings joy to my heart.
Yep.
And to his heart.
It is awesome.
It's awesome.
And you guys know that. Every time you give, it just really resonates inside your heart. Like God knew what he's talking about when he said it's better to give than receive.
Right.
Like what?
I know.
Okay.
But we're still working out logistics for it and writing out. I'm still compiling things for my calendar. I write out different ideas and stuff like that. So, yes, we will.
Will you ever open a storefront for Alaskan Apparel? We are locals and love your product.
Your what?
Your AP
Your
product?
AP product. Alaskan Apparel.
Oh, okay. Well,
Alaskan Apparel product. Thanks. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy you love it. Will I ever have a storefront? I don't know, actually. I don't know. I can't picture it right now, but I'd like to get like a little section in an already existing place.
I guess we could.
You know, like maybe Santa Claus House. I could have a little Alaskan Apparel section. I don't know. Dude, I never thought I'd be where I'm at today. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
I'm just happy I have a garage right this moment.
Dude, we have a garage. Like, I can pull in my car. I'm we're both very excited.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah. Aw. Just greetings from another Summers family from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. It's another Summers.
Well, hello. I'm sure you're probably related to us, so that is awesome.
That is awesome. Would you do a tour of AK Fairbanks Mall and stores to visit? We've kind of done... Have we done anything on the Bentley Mall? Dude, that's a great idea.
Okay, so you guys gave us a great idea. Apparently, we're going to do a tour
Of
our mall.
Yeah, we will do that for you. Mall and stores to visit in Alaska, in Fairbanks. Because we only have something that's called the Bentley Mall. And they call it the Bentley Hall, if that gives you any idea.
This will be a very short video.
This will be a very short video. Do that.
Excellent idea.
Excellent idea.
Guys, just so you know, a lot of our videos and our titles and things we do, they come from you.
Yeah.
You guys leave comments and ideas. And someone just left an idea on her
Oh my goodness.
garage doors.
The garage doors.
Genius
idea on, I wanted to maybe paint them. And they're like, why don't you paint like a mural or something that's significant to like Alaskan Apparel or your family
Some
or whatever.
slogans are like genius.
So good.
Yeah. To this channel, we try to include you guys as much as possible. And that's just, thank you for sending stuff like that. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's very awesome. How do you and Bert make time together a priority with how busy life is?
We just don't sleep much. And we put on date show.
We put on date show.
And we get a little ice cream.
Sometimes
and a
ice
little
cream.
chocolate shell, she calls it. A little magic shell.
I've gone off the deep end as of late. And I think it's probably just a lot of stress and pressures of life. Deadlines. And I'm like, I'm going to go eat a bowl of ice cream. Yep, I sure am. We've been really implementing date show.
Not for kids.
It's not for
I don't
kids.
feel definitely is the Once Upon a Time series. It gets you sucked in. The story is never
They
ending.
do such a good job on the story. And it's just like, wow, look at
So,
all these
and then I
different
fall asleep
avenues.
after about 8 seconds, and she has
He
to fill
does.
me in the next.
Well, it's because I just put down an entire bowl of ice cream.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm wide awake. But that's how we kind of do it, where we just get through our day and we make it to date show, and it's amazing. I'm easily pleased.
Right.
I don't require a lot of hoopla.
Right.
Do you feel I do that?
Some girls are super ritzy, and mine is pretty happy at Wendy's or McDonald's and just
A bowl of ice
spending
cream.
time together, and it's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that I do really like about you.
Thanks,
that I
babe.
don't have to.
Advice for those thinking about homeschool. I would say, I guess it depends on your state, but there are some states support is given to homeschoolers. I would check out, Google homeschooling in where you're at, and then there's probably groups or forums or co-ops that you can be a part of, and finding that community of people that you can glean off of. You know, the mom that's been homeschooling for 15 plus years, you can be like, oh, I have questions for you. And they can steer you in the right direction, because a lot of these ladies are super open and know for sure that they do not still have all the answers and are learning right along with you. So I would just Google your state and homeschool stuff, and then go that avenue, and then get into a community, and then eventually figure out what you want to do for your kiddos. Figure out if you want to put your kiddos in a homeschool program,
Or if you want to be independent.
or independent, where you kind of do things on your own. You get your own curriculum, you do your own thing.
And figure out your own style. Too.
Yeah.
Like, she has a completely different style than her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom has a completely different style than all three of them. And somehow we're all able to communicate and read and do math and stuff.
Pick little things from each person that's like, oh, I want to implement that, or oh, I want to implement that. So don't be deterred, and don't feel like it's super overwhelming, because it's really not. And there's people out there, and there's so much on the internet nowadays
Yeah.
that can simplify things for
So
you.
would you ever come to New Zealand? We would love to come to New Zealand. Absolutely, 100%. What should we do in New Zealand? I have no idea.
I have no idea. Holy guacamole.
That would be amazing, though.
That would be amazing.
Why Alaska? Did you grow up there? Did you meet there?
He is born and raised. I got here when I was 9. I came with the military, so that's how I got here. And he just was born and raised. What brought mom and dad here?
So my parents, actually, it's a great question. My parents came up with a pipeline, the Alaska pipeline. So they came up here because there was a lot of opportunity back in the 70s, and then they just stayed.
What do you do for earthquake preparedness? How do you talk to your kids about it?
Kind of our earthquake plan right now is, if we have an earthquake,
Because you really don't have much notice.
Yeah.
I was thinking
You
about
really-
it. You get tornado warnings a lot of times, but sometimes that's not even super long time. Hurricane warnings, you kind of know they're getting ready to come. Earthquakes, man, it's like all of a sudden, boom, you're rolling. There's no warning in anything at all.
For us, earthquakes, we built this house, I know structurally where all the walls are, so the safest place is actually right under the dining room table. And not only is that the safest place, but our table is built up construction grade 2x6s and 2x4s, so it's about the safest, where the trusses have their span load out on the outside walls. Anyway, long story short, all the kids are, if there's an earthquake, we get under the dining room table, and that's the safest place in the house. And at 50 below, probably can't go outside. Just keep in mind, the earthquakes, at least where we are in the center of the state, we had like a 5 point something the other day, but we don't have a lot of them.
We don't really get a lot. It's more coastal, Anchorage area.
Yeah,
They get a lot, and we feel the aftershocks of them.
right.
Will you ever launch the original colored hoodies again? I wish I got my hands on the black one. You might be in luck.
You might be.
Yes. Now that we have space for things and we're able to keep different things on hand, I would love to bring back a lot of the old colors. And you might keep your eye out for a November, December timeframe if you want the black one. Just saying. Just keep it in your
Are you
hat.
actually dropping info here?
Don't talk about it. Have your kids ever asked to try public school?
Not really.
No.
We kind of tell them, okay, well, you go to school, and this is what time you get there and what time you come home, and they're like, Dad, we could do our school in 3 hours. 4 at the most. Why do I want to do that? I'll walk out in the cold and go, and just so you know, cold weather, they will not stop the schools here for cold weather.
No, not very often. The only time you see it is when it is ice fog, where it's unsafe, visibility and ice. on the
Schools don't
roads.
close here.
They really
We
don't.
have some hardy kids. They're out there slapping themselves, jumping, trying to stay warm.
Full on snow gear, standing waiting for the bus. It's legit. Our kids really haven't ever asked, and we do a lot of like outside of the home activities, interacting with, you know, peers and other adults and group settings and things like that. So they're not seeing their friends. So there's not really a draw there as of yet. Who knows? Maybe in the future. So dovetailing onto that, do you feel like your kids miss out on socialization or are less mature due to homeschooling? I definitely don't think they miss out on socialization.
Well, let's give them real life. So we were both homeschooled our entire lives, and I was always told like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you like? Did you wish you'd not have been homeschooled?" And I'm like, I don't know.
We don't really know what we missed per se.
I would say though that I got a lot of, or noticed, is as I was growing up in my teens, I related very well with adults. I did not relate as well with some of the kids that want to play video games all the time. My parents had like their family or their business people around all the time, and there's just adults around all the time. So I was comfortable talking with adults, but I didn't relate to the little kids as much that were, I guess, were considered my age.
Yeah, your peers. We kind of get that comment of our kiddos being fairly mature for their age. Like Audrey does a lot of talking with older people, really enjoys having conversations with them and doing things for them.
Every one of the kids has no problem being goofy though.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Oh my.
Yeah, they don't. They're definitely children.
Are you nervous for YouTube ever ending or something happening to where you won't have it for income? That's an interesting question. So I don't know if everyone does this, but for us, any income we make with YouTube, we don't live on it. It goes in a separate account. We try to do some fun things with it. We try to give some stuff away. We try to help, invest in Alaskan Apparel. We try to we are literally planning on having it go away tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if YouTube goes away and we aren't making money from it, like we just basically can give away less. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. That's kind of what it is. That's what it's for.
Talk about becoming debt-free. Are you following Dave Ramsey? Inspiring. We are huge fans of Dave Ramsey and a lot of his principles. So mostly, I guess, not 100%.
Not 100% FPU class. I think I took that. Did you take that?
Yeah, I took a little bit of it.
Don't think you really took it.
No.
But super, super great. Like they've got a lot of principles that are phenomenal that we have applied to our life or that we think about. But yeah, we are on the constant move to debt-free. We're making strides. Why did you build the shop on the land your house is on?
That's a great question. I guess a lot of it was just for having a place that people could come and work, and maybe it doesn't necessarily interfere with the home, like its own entity, or a place that we could have people go to if we need to. Property could be converted, like you could pull a semi-truck in on one side, or a large RV, like a 40-foot RV would fit on that one side, cars on the other, have a little apartment upstairs, so we could convert it long-term into that.
So we kind of dual purposed it. So it's very much a usable thing to help Alaskan Apparel, but it's also an investment property to be able to turn it into something and not be so boxed into you can only use it for this. And then having it separate from here in case this ever goes away, it's separate. It's completely separate.
One thing we've noticed, every time you start making plans 5 years down the road, it seems like your plans are completely different.
You all are the best. God bless the Somers family.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Crazy to think that so many of you guys have been around for 5, even 6 years of our life.
That's crazy.
And then even those that haven't been, a lot of you guys have actually gone back and watched our older videos, so you kind of feel like you've been around for the last 5 or 6 years.
That's crazy.
It's very humbling, and we definitely appreciate you guys.
Are you ever scared of wildlife getting too close to your house? I love you guys. Oh, we love you too.
No, we're not scared. It happens.
Yeah, it does happen.
The moose was just licking the window there last year.
Have you seen the video where the moose was licking the window? I've never actually seen a moose lick a window, and I was like, wow, that's real close.
I was gassing up the car yesterday, and a red fox came about 4 feet away from me and walked right in front of me. I'm like, oh my goodness. Mainly it's moose is the big concern.
Mainly it's moose. We really don't see a whole lot of bear. I've never seen a lynx here.
I've seen one lynx when I was 14 years old.
Yeah, so not so much.
Pretty skittish.
But we're not really scared. I am cautious. Anytime I go out of of the side door or coming out of my shop or anything, I'm always like, I do this number. Because they could be standing right there, and you don't want to generally scare them because that would cause maybe some more issues than them knowing you're
when
there.
you open up our door and you listen, like right now, it's just real quiet. You can kind of hear if something's walking around out there.
Yeah, that's true.
You're always looking at the tree line. You're always alert for sure.
This is funny. Has anyone taken or almost taken your camera when you set it down to film?
So yes, no, not taken. I've heard people say something, and that's usually my job. Like I'll just kind of set up and we'll walk and be like, hey, there's a camera over there. Hey, there's a camera. And then I'll go pick it up and they'll look at me like I just picked up someone else's camera.
Gotta get that shot. Gotta get that shot though. How long have you been doing YouTube and why did you start? We've been doing YouTube now, 6 years?
6 years now. 6 years. Yep.
We got real serious, 3 years ago maybe? Like where we were trying to be consistent?
Maybe 3, 4.
3 or 4 years ago? Wow, that's crazy.
I know,
Our main reason was for this home. We wanted to document that in the process of building it. Because I was like, oh, that'd be just fun. I used to watch other vloggers and I was like, babe, why don't we do this for our house? And so we could remember it.
And I'm like, what? You point a camera at yourself? How is that a thing?
Yeah, you didn't do it for a really long time.
Yeah,
like
I was
2
just
years
like,
or so.
all right,
You were
well,
just
I'll
kind of
try
there.
it.
Yeah.
And then we didn't really realize, again, comments from you guys.
Right.
You guys wanted to see like more of like an experience living in Alaska. So we're like kind of started, all right, we'll just do some of that. And
Like
then,
share different things that are very normal to us, but not necessarily normal to a lot of other people.
yeah.
So that was kind of cool. What is your best advice for putting each other before kids? Because that is important, I feel. Do you think we put each other before our kids?
I would say so.
I think so.
And this answer might surprise you, but don't be too nice to your kids. For example, when you're this is what we get. Like, you guys are doing date night again? I'm like, yeah,
You
I
guys
am.
always get to watch shows?
I'm like, yeah, I am. Mom gets ice cream again? I'm like, yeah, she does. Why? I said, because I married her, not you. That's how that works. I love you, but guess what? I married her.
This isn't strong. That ain't gonna be strong.
Right.
That's gonna crumble if this isn't working right, which sometimes it doesn't work right.
I'm the perfect husband. I don't even want to hear it.
Sometimes it doesn't work right.
Garrett said the cutest thing, and maybe I've told you guys. He goes, Dad, I think I want a wife.
Hello?
I'm like, what? Why do you want a wife? He goes, well, that way I can have a son. Things that come out of kids' mouths.
Not a question, but thank you for being honest, being joyful, and being a beacon. Thanks.
You guys are too much. I don't even know how to respond to some of these. Do you feel that the smaller communities allow you to have more trust in your neighbors? I'd say so.
It's a small community.
Especially when it's really cold here, guys. And you know, if it's 40 below zero and there's somebody hitchhiking, you stop and pick them up.
Yeah.
Their car is broken down. Like, we have a bit of a, like, we're all in this together type of a feel.
Audrey hasn't been in many videos. Has she decided to stay away from the camera? Silly question.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
So Audrey she's 14, so she's in the
14 now.
teenage world.
She's 9th grade. She's busy.
Yeah.
She's very busy. She has a lot going on.
And there's times she doesn't feel like being videoed.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah.
So, and that's with all of our kids, you know.
Even Evelyn. She will sometimes be like,
We'll hand and when our kids are talking to you, this is literally, hey, do you want to go tell the happy peoples about whatever you had happen today or whatever you did? And they'll be like, hello. And then
So
they'll
like,
just
oh, yeah,
kinda,
sure.
Like, this is not like a scripted thing.
right.
So
And sometimes Audrey would be like, I haven't really talked to the vlog as of late.
she has done that, yep.
She has done that like not that long ago.
Yep.
And I was like, oh yeah, you can totally talk and tell them what's on your mind because they do enjoy it. But it just kind of, I think there's different seasons, different ebb and flows of when they want to really be involved, or if we've got something big that the kids are a part of, they're a lot more
And
prevalent.
sometimes they don't realize it until like a lot of you guys will come up and say hi, and then like, you know, some of the kids, like we'll be out somewhere and then people will say, "Oh my goodness, I see you guys on YouTube." And then like little kids will be, "Oh my, I've watched you on YouTube. Hi Audrey," or "Hi Garrett," and they just like, "Oh wow, oh, it's a subscriber."
It's like an actual person that watches us on the other side of the camera. So it makes it a little bit more real for them.
And we tell them, "See, this is when you're talking to people. These are the type of people you get to talk to." Someone wants to see my makeup routine. That's weird.
You need to get on that. I've been telling you to film that for a long
It'd
time.
be good. Actually, I have my makeup routine. Would you like to see it? We'll link it right up here. Should we show them the old video? Don't.
Yeah, we're gonna link that video.
Okay.
Yep.
Go for it.
Yep. That was a rough one, guys. Just brace yourself. Is it harder to have really long days during the summer or really short ones in the winter?
Way harder for the short ones in the winter.
Way harder.
Way harder.
I will take summer days all day long and feel like I could not expend any more energy.
Yep.
As opposed to, oh man, it's already dark. Yeah.
Any life challenges you guys had to overcome that made you stronger as a person?
Whew. Deep.
There's actually been quite a few. I would say the toughest one, gosh, there's a lot. Some we can't talk about, some we can. Probably one of the biggest ones would be when you were diagnosed with cancer. And a lot of you guys don't know that, but that's in the older vlogs. That was a challenge.
A little tiny snippet in the vlogs. 2 years ago?
Yes, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, I don't even like to think about it. I like to say it out loud or talk about it. It's like, oh, it's just a little blip.
Yep.
But I will tell you, going through that experience made our relationship probably the strongest it's ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we had to rely on each other, and the uncertainty and the world literally flipped upside down of the uncertainties of what is your life going to look like, of the unknown. I think that made us, I think it can do one of two things. It can draw you really, really close, or you could push away from each other and just be like, I can't even.
It's the same with your relationship with God too. Kind of goes either way.
It kind of does. Yeah.
We get so busy in life, in the world, and all the things that we do, and grinding and working and trying to be everything for everybody because there's so many needs, and our kids and our husband and our life and all. Blah. And then something serious like that rolls in, and we are extremely fortunate that he was caught early. He was removed completely. Boom, done. She's been checked fairly regularly. Wow. And for those of you guys that went with us and left us comments and
Oh my God, just the support from the Happy People's community was mind-blowing.
staggering.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, you guys went through it just as much as we kind of went through it.
Right. It was caught early, but like we've seen your guys' comments where you guys are dealing with serious stuff way farther down the trail than we had to deal with. And I don't know about you, but like when you have cancer come up, cancer is something that's supposed to happen in someone else's family, not yours. When you have things that are serious that have come up, that's supposed to happen in other people's families. It's not supposed to happen in your family.
Right.
But this is life, right? Life is what happens when you're making other plans. And you just got to deal with it head on. And that was, I would say, the most...
That was a challenge
That was, yeah.
for the entire family.
Yep.
It affected the kids. My mom was here. Thankfully that my mom was here. I really think that she was here for... A big reason why she was here was for that reason. I really do. On what she was able to contribute to our family. Bert's family was able to help out a lot. Just, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing on just when someone goes down or there's a struggle or a need, and then people around you just like, you can see those people and they're just right there for you.
Yep.
You know?
So that was the most challenging.
That was the most
I would
challenging.
say.
By far.
Can we end on a happier one?
Let's end on a happy one. But we overcame that challenge, and I really do think that it made our relationship stronger.
Pick the
you
last
picked the last
one?
question. No pressure.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, guys, if this is so stinking long. We try to. We need to get better at short,
tight.
concise questions. I'm sorry if we did not get to all the questions.
There's so many. What made you want to start Alaskan Apparel? Well, I felt this pull of just design and I like colors, and I brought her along with me. You've done a pretty good job so far.
Thanks,
I feel.
babe. Thanks, babe. You just took your lead, you know?
Go ahead. What made you want to start Alaskan Apparel?
That's a good question.
Can I answer it?
Okay.
She loves to create,
That's what
and
it
she
is.
loves fun, and
Yep.
when she gets a picture from one of you guys wearing one of her products, she gets giddy with excitement. She absolutely loves creating something, putting all that hard work in to be able to offer it to you, and have someone enjoy it.
I think that goes even outside of the aspect of clothing. Like I think in every different little aspect of what I like to create. So like the random act of kindness calendar, or maybe like an event, doing something like that. I like to create. I like to innovate of all the different things that you have to do to be able to put it all together to make something happen, I guess.
And you can't stop her from creating. If you stopped her from creating, it's like that whack-a-mole where you it will show up somewhere else. She'll start creating other things.
That's kind of true. Like even like inside my house, like I'll create something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really quite realize that. This has been an eye-opening experience for me. But there was tons of Alaskan Apparel questions, guys.
Yeah,
I'm super floored on how many Alaskan Apparel questions there were. We appreciate your support. Holy moly. I think that's it.
There's so many, guys.
There's so many. But thank you guys to everyone who did ask us questions for this Q&A. We super, super appreciate it. You guys are awesome. It'll be the last video that you see before our launch coming up tomorrow.
Yep,
when you see this, tomorrow.
We might be a little hit and miss in the vlogs.
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe.
Just bear
But we're going
with
to try
us.
not to. First launch out of the shop. We're beyond excited.
Wow.
Can't believe it. You guys should see it. It's phenomenal. I'm very, very excited. But yeah, don't forget 10 a.m. Alaska Standard Time. I'll link it all down below. You think we can do it?
We're going to try. I got
Nana's
to work
here.
on shipping profiles.
Yeah, we gotta work on shipping pros. We got a lot of website work to do.
Whew.
I hope it goes well, guys.
All right. Well, thanks for coming along. Appreciate you being a part of this YouTube family. You are awesome. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Okay, let's go watch once. Date night!
Date night, date night.
We made it. We made it to date night. The great yellow sun is reflecting in your deep blue eyes. The day has begun. You spin around, you spin around.